In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an AI newsletter. We're going to use 100% AI to write the content. Some of it I've already written because otherwise this is going to be an entire day's worth of video and you don't want to sit here watching this live for an entire day. When we've built this thing out, we might do it over one line, might do it over two, depending on how things go. I'm probably going to call this at about the half an hour mark. Then you've got a chance to win this. If you want to win what I'm building today, then all you need to do is go down to the description. There's a link and you can enter the giveaway. The whole point of this series is to help you decide whether you want the scale plan or whether you want to stick with the launch plan on Beehiiv. I've already got videos on a lot of these features already on the channel, and we're just finishing off this series. Now things are going to change here on the channel. We're not going to be so heavy on Beehiiv anymore, which is why we are trying to wrap things up. If you want more help with newsletters, we do have a free course on the channel and we do have a community. You can find both of those on the homepage. But what I'm going to be doing in this live and the next one, if we need it, is I'm going to be going through this whole document. This is why I think I might need more than one live with you guys. So there's 16 pages here of information that I want to go through, and we're going to try and get through as much as we can before the giveaway. There's loads of templates here. There's loads of emails, swipes that you're going to get as part of this if you win the giveaway, as well as the logos and all those kind of things. So we already talked about in this series about the referral program. I've done a video explaining how a referral program works. You can get a link to it. This is the video that you are looking for on the channel. In this one, I want to show you exactly how we're going to set it up in Beehiiv. As I said, I've got all of this sample free download that we could give away when it comes to setting up a welcome series. We've got these emails. We've got the things you can give away in the referral program. All of this here written by AI that you can use. We'll get onto the welcome series, which, as you can see here, these are all the emails. I blacked them out, but you can keep them. You can use them as part of your email series if you win this in the giveaway, but then people can't take the information. And then what we're doing is we're going to go through all of these as well. We're going to talk about automations. We're going to talk about the ad network, 3D analytics, segmentation, surveys, and then pretty much everything else we've already done on the channel. Okay, so the referral program, this is the newsletter that you're going to be able to win. Just to give you an idea, the reason we've gone for this one is it's a mixture of tech and nutrition, or specifically the idea being that the first part of this newsletter will be all about the technology you can use in order to monitor and improve your nutrition. A lot of things out there already about fitness, you know, apps, smartwatches, those kind of things, but not as much around nutrition. So this is the idea that we don't go, when we're looking for niches, we don't go broader, we niche down even more. We find our little corner of the market, and then we can broaden out if we want to. So if somebody wins this, then, or you win this, then you can start off with nutrition and technology, looking at things like blood glucose regulation monitors, looking at things like the science behind like the pre-workouts, looking at things like DNA analysis to help us with food, blood work analysis, all of this kind of stuff that you used to have to pay hundreds of doctors, and now is becoming more and more personal. The nice thing about these is they're all high ticket, so you will be able to earn good affiliate commissions. And then what you can do from there is you are able to branch out, thinking about your own products, thinking about white label products, and so on. My advice with this one is you wouldn't want to set yourself out as an expert, especially if you are not in any kind of medical profession, medical background. So I would go more along the ideas that you are somebody who is curating this information for other people, so they don't have to go out there and search the internet. You are making it easy for people who are interested in technology that can help them with their nutrition and their health, and sort of bringing that information to them weekly, every 2 weeks, every month, in a way that's easy for them to go and find what it is that they want, and in return you get those affiliate commissions. The other reason we've gone for that as a target niche for the newsletter is the fact that there are a lot of partners on Beehiiv under their boost program that you can work with. So you can put money into this thing and find subscribers, loads of people in nutrition, tech, fitness, health. But you can also monetize as well. So you can be making money with the boost feature. And as I said, been through boost feature already on this channel, so go away and find it. And you could be monetizing as well. So you could be promoting other newsletters. You're more likely to get ads and things like that within being able to put those within your newsletter and earning that way as well. So it's got a lot going for it as a niche, and it's also a niche that is growing as well. It's increasing. More and more people are interested in it, especially as the technology is getting more affordable. So as I said, we're going to be building this out over definitely this live, maybe another one as well. We will see exactly how far we get. So as I said, we're going to be focusing on the referral program. We've already talked, as I said, about what it is in terms of the structure. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set one up today, and we're going to be going through all of these things here. So first thing we want to do for the referral program, going to grow and click on referral program. You can see I've got nothing set up here at the moment. We've got 3 tabs: overview, which gives us our key metrics; fulfillment, which allows you to see who in terms of your subscribers has earned what; and then configure, and this is where we need to start off with. So milestones are the number of referrals that a subscriber has to reach in order to get a reward. So we always start off with 1, then 2, then 3 is what we normally suggest. Then you might want to start leaving spaces. It's very rare that people will get past the 5 mark. But if you think about it, if every single person on your newsletter refers 1 person, you've doubled your list. So it's definitely something worth setting up, especially if we're going to pay for it as part of the paid plan, the first paid plan, the scale plan within Beehiiv. So we can try and add a milestone, but what you're going to notice is we can't do that bit first. So if I said my first net milestone is here, and then I select an option, it's going to not let me do that, because the first thing I actually need to do is add a reward. So we can do that here, or we can click over here and go to rewards. So the first thing I'm going to do then is add a reward. Now the first thing I'll say about rewards before I build this out is the fact that if you are going to do physical products, that's going to be a lot more work for you. So my recommendation when you're starting off with the newsletter is think of something digital. Do you have something on your website or a store that you could give away for free? Do you have something you can give away as a free download, an ebook, access to a video series, a workbook, some kind of training, something like that that's massively valuable to your audience? It can even be something with this kind of newsletter with a coupon code book, something like that people could get in order to help get them discounts. And that'd be quite easy for you to do. You could just go out, find those discounts already. So websites that sort of have maybe, you know, those pop-ups that come up that say you can have 10, 20% off on your first order. Just go out, find those deals, put them into a coupon book. Also contact these companies and say, you know, look, I've got 100, 200, 500 subscribers on my list. Would you be able to sort them out a deal? And they'll normally be quite happy to give you a 10, 15, 20%. They're normally more open than you might think in order to be able to create that kind of offer for you. Also, websites that have affiliate offers, quite often when you sign up for the affiliate offer, they'll give you sort of a discount code. Quite a lot of them will do that. So it will take a little bit of work to find them, but setting up a coupon code booklet is actually something quite easy to do. So that's the first thing we're going to pick as our first thing within our referral program. Then we can put in a description. So we'll go for 20 coupon codes for nutrition and fitness tech. All right. Then a disclaimer in there if you wanted to. Physical rewards, as I said, that's much harder to do. Obviously, if you've got a Shopify store, that's fine. Or you want to set up on something like Printful. So, you know, you then link that to a store like Etsy, and then they can go with a coupon code, put that code in and order and get something for free. There's ways of doing it, but it's going to take a lot more work on your part. So a promo code is the easiest way to do this. It says you can just upload a list of promo codes that can automatically be sent out on milestone emails so that the coupon code can only be used once. And that's quite a useful thing to do. So once we've done that, we're going to go ahead and we can upload an image. So I'm just going to pick the image, open it up. So there we go, we've got the image in. I've just put the logo for now, hit create, and that is the reward created. So there it is, and I can just go through the same process and add the next reward. So go through and add all your rewards in. You're going to want to make those beforehand. And if you're someone that wants to make the most out of the 30-day free trial that you get, then I would recommend that you go ahead and you create all of your rewards and you plan it out and you think about it before you start. As I said, the video that's on our channel already, we've talked about all of that. Once you've done that, you can then go through to milestones, and we're going to add in the milestones. Okay, so again, first thing we're going to want to do, go up the top, we need 1 referral in order to be able to get this coupon book, and then we can select the reward that we made. Now, because this is a digital product, I can auto fulfill. So as soon as the person achieves that 1 milestone, they'll get the email to say that they have achieved it. If you are somebody who's sending out physical products, so you've got something, you know, at home in a garage, or something you've actually got to go and manually order for somebody and get delivered out to them, then you're going to want to delay email until fulfillment. What's going to happen then is you're going to see who's got the rewards on the fulfillment part. Then you can go ahead and you can fulfill, and then you can delay this email until fulfillment has happened, and then the email will get sent out, which means if you're the kind of person that can only come to this sort of once a week or once a fortnight, then you can actually go ahead, get the physical rewards set up, sorted, get them in the post, and then the person gets the email, and there's not that massive like week or 2 week gap between the person getting the email and then them getting the reward. So just look, makes you look better. All right. So once we've fulfilled, what we need to do now is we need to add in some promo codes. So you can add in and bulk upload a list. I'm not going to do that today because I'm just going to want to try and get through as much as quickly as possible. So let's go for our promo code, being sub 101. That would do. Create that promo code, and as you can see, we can go through and we could create loads and loads of these. We could do sub 102 if we do it manually, or you could just bulk upload. Okay, so now we've done that, we've got a promo code and it should be saved in there. We can go ahead and we can fill out our milestone email. So the milestone email is the email the person is going to get once they have achieved that milestone. So if I go in here, okay, we can see that I have got the template here. So I've got the subject line for receiving the coupon book, and this is why I said it's useful for you to create all of these first of all, so that you're just cutting and pasting. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in the template that I've got here. And I'm going to leave this as it is, which means if you win this particular newsletter, then you can come in and you can fill all this out. But I've got the information there. I've got the link to the coupon book, which is going to be the link to wherever you decide to put the coupon book. It could be something as simple as the as putting something in your Google Drive if you don't have a website or anywhere to store this. And then what I need to do is I need to put in the code for the promo. Okay, so there that is, and then somebody will be able to click on that, and then they will be, so the promo code will be able to be populated, and they will then be able to win this claim the coupon book. So there we have it. I have set up the first lot. We've got the rewards set up and the milestones set up, and that just means that I can just go through the exact same process, add on what I want in terms for the rewards for 2 subscribers, 3 subscribers, 5 subscribers, whatever I've decided. Then as people work through, then they'll go into the fulfillment. We'll start to see those come up. And then we've got the overview as well, which will give us an overview of exactly what is going on and how successful our referral program is. And this is really useful because if you send out 5 or 6 newsletters and nobody is interested, then that tells you that your referral program isn't working, and you're going to want to switch up and change what you are doing. Now, a really useful way of finding out that information is to use polls and to use surveys. And we're going to talk about that later, but they're going to give you the option to actually ask the readers of your newsletter what they think, what they find valuable, and what they actually want, so that you can go away and you can create something for the referral program that they're actually interested in. Doing that is going to make what you're doing much more worthwhile. So if I go over to the right tab hit on post, start writing, then you can see this is the editor in order to be able to create a post. If I just zoom out slightly, in order to insert the referral program into a newsletter, all I need to do now is click on the button. You've got 2 options. You can hit the plus or you can do backslash. Both will work in the same way. And then you can see here, I have got the referral program. So I click on referral program, and that will put the widget into the email, put it wherever I want in the email. Most people put it towards the end, and then you might put a promo, something promoting it towards the beginning. Like just maybe a couple of sentences or something nice and bright, and then you'd have this at the end because it ends up looking quite big. And then that is going to be what people are going to engage with in order to be able to refer people to your newsletter. So if I want to see what this looks like, I just go down to the preview button. Obviously, we would have all of our newsletter on top of this. You get the bar here, and then you get the logo, and then it gives you the information on the offer, and then all the person has to do is copy and paste the link to others. And this is completely trackable by Beehiiv. They'll be able to make sure that it is actually a legit subscriber that's added to the list and active on all those kind of things, or that the person can hit click to share. And then that's it. That's our newsletter referral program set up. Okay, now if you want to change any of these colors in Beehiiv, that's really easy to do. All you've got to do is go over to their website builder. Let's just see if I can get out of here. So there we go. So this is the website builder. All you've got to do is click on this and it will take you through to their website builder. You can change all the colors and graphics and everything like that. I'm not going to do that now because we have a full video on that. But if you win this newsletter, then you can go through and you can change everything. If you have your own newsletter, you're thinking about starting it, that is where you go. Okay, so that is the referral program done. What we're going to do now is we're going to think about welcome series, because quite often in order to get people to sign up to your newsletter, then you need to have some kind of incentive, which is normally a lead magnet. Now, if you want to have some more extensive training on lead magnets, then get over to our community, because we've got some great things that we're doing over there with AI and AI lead magnets. But a ebook or some kind of training is a really easy way to start with that. So you've got a couple of options within Beehiiv. You can set up an internal page that you can use as a landing page. You are going to need to be on the paid plan, the scale plan, in order to be able to do that. But if you don't have the paid plan, or you don't want to set up a landing page, then what you can do is you can put a link in your welcome email. So you can go out there and tell people that if they sign up to your newsletter, the welcome email has whatever it is that you are offering. In this case, what we're going to be offering is a book. This book is going to be a product that we could sell, but this would be a mindful eating workbook. And again, this is just something you need to test and find out what people want. And what we're giving away for free is the first chapter, the first part of this book. So this is the book here. This has been completely written by AI. It's kind of the introduction, I should say, to the workbook. So you're going to get all of this information here that you can put into the welcome email. Again, in order to set up the welcome email, then you want to go into Beehiiv. But the problem is you're going to get one welcome email. That's all you are going to be able to send. Now that's great to start off with, and definitely where I would recommend starting, but you might have a welcome series that you want to deliver. So this might be 2 or 3 or 4 emails that you want to send out. So what would happen is people would get their weekly newsletter, but when they subscribe, they will get a series of emails from you promoting different things, educating them, supporting them, helping them. And the fact is you're going to get more people subscribing if you're going to offer them like a email training series of 3 or 4 emails rather than just sort of one thing. So if you are the kind of person that's interested in creating that, like I said, there's nothing wrong with one welcome email to start with. It's definitely where I would start. Then as you develop, you might want to build that out into something more. So if you find that this video on our channel, it was put onto the channel around about December time. It was our 12 Days of Christmas free training series. So you can find the playlist if you want. Then this is a full tutorial of how to use ChatGPT, the free version, in order to write an entire email series for you. Now, if you do get this newsletter, hang on, excuse me, been talking for too long, then you will get, again, this welcome series emails. You can see all of the emails here that you can cut and paste into the series. But how do you set this thing up? Okay, and that's what I want to show you next. So the way you set up an email series as opposed to just one email is you're going to use their automation tool. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly show you. If you come down to settings here and then you go into publication, this is where you set up everything for the publication. But if I go down here, set up welcome email. So if you want to just set up one welcome email, then that's where you want to go. As I said, we've been through that kind of stuff in previous videos. And in this one, I want to go through the welcome series if that's something you decide to do. So welcome series, really easy to set up. You can set up automations for all sorts of things. For example, how people respond to polls. So you can get people to opt into something when you segment your list. There's so many different things you can do. So welcome series, this is what it is going to look like. So this is one that I have set up quickly beforehand, so you can see what it looks like overall. And then I'll show you what we're going to do, what you need to do in terms of setting one up. Okay, so really simple workflow that I have created. What we can do is we can stroll around, so we can follow this and see exactly where we are in the automation. So what I've got here very simply is the trigger is if somebody signs up to the newsletter. So this is what we're going to use in order to start off our welcome series. Then we have a time delay that we can set. So this one is wait 1 minute. And then they get sent this email here. And then what we can do is we can configure each of the steps. So we can click on this button here if we want to change anything. And we can also see as well what's happening in terms of where subscribers are within our flow. So we can see how many subscribers are in this particular step and how many have completed it. And then when it comes to the send email, we can also see as well how many have completed the step, but also what the conditions are. So we can get this workflow to go off in different ways. It can get super complicated, and I don't want to get into all of that in this particular video. But what you can also do is you can see metrics as well. Oh, where's that disappeared to? There it is. So you can actually see how things are going within your automation. So we can figure out what's working and what's not. And that's the nice thing about an automation. We can really drill down looking at the analytics into what's working, what's not, and then we can make changes from there. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to set one of these up. So we're going to go over to new automations, click on that. We'll just go for welcome series 2. We can put a description in if we need to, and then we're going to save automation. So now our automation has been created, and the first thing we need to do is add in a trigger. So we're going to add in a trigger, click this button here, and you can see we can change anything at all that we want to. So it could be polled responses, so we could ask people if they want to opt in or opt out of something, if they're interested in something or not. We can segment action, referral action, loads and loads of things that we can do. So let's just go for sign up being our option. Now what we can do is we can keep this off until we have built the whole thing. If we click activate, this will now become active, which means anytime somebody signs up, then this particular automation is active and working. Okay, what that means is if we've got a few welcome series that we want to test, then what we're able to do is turn one off, one on, and then just see how things are going. So I'm going to leave, let's put that on, why not? Okay, confirm that, and then we're going to hit save. And you can see the difference there. So now we have our trigger. What we need to do is we need to set up the rest of our automation. So let's imagine that we want to add a time delay like we did on the previous one that I just showed you. What we can do then is we can go in and we can configure this. So let's say we want to wait a certain amount of time. So let's, in this example, we'll wait for 10 minutes, but as you can see, you can do hours or days. So in the second email in this series, I probably want this one to say days. So it sends sort of 10 days afterwards. Okay, so let's just change that to 1 minute actually. Save that. And we now have that trigger on. You can see that it is not active yet. So I can click on that, confirm it, save it, and that is now active. Then what I want to do is I want to add on my email. So I would click here and you can see what what my options are. So I can send them an email, which will be the first one in my welcome series. I'm going to go over again and I can hit configure. And then I'm going to create the new email. So I'm going to need the subject line, preview text, and the information that goes into the email in order to be able to send it. So if we go over to my welcome series, so this is the welcome series here. Let's just, so it's this bit here that I want. So we'll do part 1, introduction to Eat More Tech. Put that in there. Go back over here but just get down to the bottom. That looks like the end of it. We'll take that off, copy it. And then this has all been written by AI. So if you do win this newsletter or you're doing something similar with AI, then you're going to want to go through, make sure you're happy with everything, change bits, put in your own email, for example. Then you have to have, with the automations with email, the preview text. As you can see, it's got a little star next to it, so we need to put that in. So for now, I'm just going to put the first sentence there, but you can technically make it anything that you want. You could take something from further down. That should be everything that I need. We can preview it, test it if we want to. If I exit, that's all in there now. Again, I can activate it. Yes, I want to activate it. Save it, and there we go. And now we're just going to add in another one. So we could wait until something happens. So I'll just show you that one. So wait until might be time of day, for example, specific dates. So if you have something going out, like a training that started, so maybe, people sign up or opt in on a poll or a survey into some particular training, then you can have all of the email training set up. Or you want it to go out, maybe you're launching sort of at the end of May, then you can have all of this set up by a particular day. If you wanted to, then as I said, I've got time delay here because this is in a particular series. Then this one, I want to wait for 1 day. I'm going to save that. Time previous email. Let's just go and delete this one because I don't need it. Show you how to do that. So far I have got somebody signs up, I wait 1 minute, then they get my first welcome email, then there's a delay of 1 day, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add in the second email from my welcome series. I just go through the whole thing again. As I said, if you get this particular AI newsletter, then I've got several emails here in the series that you can use if you want. Keep adding them to the automation and edit them, or you can create your own. It's completely up to you. As I said, in order to be able to get the email automations, then you're going to have to be paying for it. If you're happy to start with just one welcome newsletter, which for the majority of people is absolutely fine for you to start off with, especially when you're small with a newsletter, you want to be focusing on growth rather than a full automated series. And as well, what you can do is there's nothing to stop you putting a video training series on YouTube, making it unlisted, or putting it somewhere else and making it hidden from Google, so like it's not indexed, and then being able to link out to that. Yes, it won't be dripped out, but it is going to save you $34 a month if you need to. So there are other ways around it. So what we've done so far, we talked about a referral program, we set that up, I've shown you how the automations work, so you can think about whether that's something you're going to need at the moment or whether it's something that you can wait and you want to spend money on other things. I will say as well that you don't have to just be using Beehiiv for things like referral programs. There are other tools out there. So if you watched the video that I put out called the 3 newsletters I'm building right now, one of them was this one. Then the second one I talked about was my AI newsletter, 100% written by AI, and I run it off the free Beehiiv plan. The whole point of that was for me to prove that I could do it. So I knew that when I spoke to you guys here on the channel that I wasn't full of BS and I could actually do it. And I use a different tool. It is a paid tool. But what it means is it's a tool I can use for myself and then a tool that I can use for clients as well. And I can run referral programs, giveaways. I can run all sorts of things using that one tool, and I don't have to pay for Beehiiv. So when you're at that point, if you feel like that you want to run a referral program or something like that, but you don't want to pay for everything that Beehiiv offers, you don't need all the other stuff, there are tools that you can go out there and you can find. We do have a discussion of free tools that you can use that do something similar over on our community. If it's not out yet, it will be soon. So yeah, if you want to check that out, go for it. It's in our community. So let's just uncover this, make sure that I have discussed everything I wanted to. So yeah, welcome series is what I've shown you. We've shown the introductory email. So yeah, you can get survey information through automations, and they've got their survey tool as well, which I'll show you in a second. Follow up subscribers who haven't filled out a survey. So if somebody has or hasn't taken an action, we can go from there. And as I said, it can be an email training series, it could be a video training series. It's completely up to you. And yeah, as I said, we've seen triggers, wait periods. You can do a non-welcome email series, which we've already discussed. So loads and loads of action. Basically, you need an action that somebody takes, and then from there you can put them into an automation. I mean, I could do a full, 4 or 5 hours training on automations, get really, really deep into it. If you want to talk more to us about automations, send us an email or get into the community and send us a DM in there, or put a question in one of the chats. We've got a newsletter thread in there that you can ask a question in as well. We also do a monthly live Q&A. You can drop a question in there. So loads of ways that you can get in contact with us and ask us about automations within Beehiiv, if that's something that you need a little bit of help with. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about is the ad network. We're up to 30 minutes now, so we're going to go for a little bit longer, and then we might put a pause on this, and I'll do another video, probably another live later in the week. So the ad network, what is it? So Beehiiv finds advertisers for you. I would say this is not worthwhile if you are a small newsletter. So we've got the ad network here. You are going to get a payout if somebody interacts with the ad. You can get money, but this is not something I would recommend if you're small, and by small I mean under 1,000 subscribers. It's just not going to make you a serious amount of money. So if you're small, you want to be focusing more on growth rather than monetizing with their ad network. They do have this offer at the moment, Beehiiv, where they sort of guarantee you an ad, which is great. But as I said, if you are small, and let's say that ad is about something to do with AI, they find you an advertiser that's offering, maybe it's another AI newsletter, for example, but you're writing about something that has nothing to do with it, like sleep training a toddler, that's what your newsletter is about, then a very, very small portion of your audience is going to be interested in that ad. You might make $1 or $2 if you've got a couple of hundred subscribers because somebody clicks on it because they're interested. But it's not going to cover the cost of the $34 a month if you are paying for this annually. It's more than that if you're going to pay for it monthly. It's $39. So if you're interested in the other things, then that's great. But the ad network isn't necessarily for you if you're very, very small. But as I said, we want to help you work out when you want to go onto the paid plan. So you can monetize newsletters via the Beehiiv ad network. There's no heavy sales. There's nothing massive for you to do, and I'll show you the dashboard in a second. It's really easy to schedule them. You get an offer, and then you have to say the date you're putting it into the newsletter, but I'll talk about that in a second. Like I said, you get notifications, you get dashboards, you can manage placements, you decide where it goes in your newsletter. You basically get these offers, you review them, you can accept them or you can decline them, and then you can see all of your past data for ads as well. And the monetization process is super easy. Basically, you accept it, you put the ad into your newsletter, you'll get a reminder to say, oh, the date that you said you were going to put this ad out is coming up. Make sure you put it into your newsletter. And then depending on how many clicks you get paid. Okay, so let's get out of here. And let's show you exactly where that is. So you're going to go into monetization, you're going to click onto ads, and this is what the dashboard looks like. Okay, so what will happen is, first of all, you will get a notification. So you'll get a little number here to tell you how many notifications you've got, and it will say you have been offered an ad by X company. You'll come into the ads part here and you'll be able to see several things. Now, obviously, this is a brand new newsletter. I don't have any of this, but at the top you will get normally 4, they call it A, B, C, D, different designs of the ad. So you can take a look at the designs and you can decide which kind of ad you like. Then what will happen is there'll be a couple of things for you to select. You'll have to tell them beforehand which date you want to put the ad in. So for example, if you publish every Wednesday or every Sunday, you're going to want to click on one of those dates. So you're telling the advertiser which date you are going to be putting the ad in. You'll also select one of the placements, so A, B, C, or D, which one you want to have. And there's a way that you can preview it as well in your newsletter, so you can see how it would look overall. And then once you've done that, you just have to accept, and then it's your responsibility to make sure that you put the ad into your newsletter. It really is very, very easy for you to do. And again, it's very similar to what we saw with the referral program. So if I go back into this post, if I go in here, so we put in the referral program, all we got to do, let's just delete that, get it out of our way, is we click the plus button, and then you can see the advertisement here. We'll click on that. I'm not sure it's actually going to do anything right now. Oh, there we go. There's the ads, and then we can click on that, and that is the ad that will go in. So if you've got 2 or 3 or 4 advertisements at the same time, we just have to click the right one with the dot. This is just going to take me through back to the dashboard, I would guess. But yeah, we can select the ad that we have said is going to go out in this particular newsletter on that particular date, and then they will put it in. And just like you saw before with the referral program widget, you can just see what it looks like. And then that's it. If somebody clicks on it, then you'll get paid maybe $1, maybe $1.25, $1.50, whatever the advertiser has said. And then you can make money that way. But like I said, you are not going to make big bucks if you are a small newsletter. This is something that you're going to have to be quite big and also quite relevant in order to make money. And that's another reason why we picked Eat More Tech, because it is worthwhile with Beehiiv, because there's a lot of advertisers that are in the tech space, in the AI space, which means if you've got people who are reading your newsletter that are interested in nutrition, they're interested in exercise, they're interested in health and technology and blending those things together, then you're probably going to find that the advertisers are more relevant. The advertisers that Beehiiv have are more relevant to your newsletter, and therefore you're more likely to make money. Okay, but you need to decide when that is the best thing for you to do. Let's see how we're going with the list. We're nearly at the bottom, so we might just keep going. So 3D analytics. So 3D analytics are within Beehiiv. Let's just go back so I can show you the dashboard and where they are. So we go into analyze, and these are your analytics. Now, if you are on the free plan, you're not going to get as much information. Okay, so again, I can't show you all of this because we haven't sent anything out yet, but all of this is going to be full of information that you can analyze: subscriber report, post report, and clicks report. You don't get access to any of this when you're on the free plan. You will get the information on the dashboard, which is active subscribers, open rate, and click-through rate, which if you're starting off is more than enough. But if you want to start drilling down and really working out what's working and what's not, then you are not going to get any of this information. If you go into Write, once you have published a post, you will be able to, you'll see some information down here, which has the same metrics, and you can get a little bit more information when you click on that, but you don't get access to the 3D analytics. Now, it's not really a workaround, I would say, but if you can attach your newsletter to Google Search Console, then you will actually be able to get more information than the basic analytics on the free plan. And attaching your newsletter to Google Search Console is completely free. And it's going to show you things like impressions. It's going to show you which which links are being clicked and things like that. So I'm tripping over my words. You can tell I've been talking for a while. So yeah, 3D analytics, I don't rate it as an essential tool. As I said, I've made my 100% AI newsletter. I use a simple ChatGPT prompt. It creates a newsletter. I schedule it. It goes out. My list is growing without me having to do much at all nowadays, because I've done a lot on the growth side of things. So I've got organic content out there that is automatically growing my list. AI creates the content, and my unsubscribes are incredibly low. I don't think anybody has unsubscribed this year since the beginning of 2024. If they have, it's going to be like one person, but I honestly believe it is 0. So yeah, it's working. It's 100% working. I'm running it on the free plan, and the analytics, I don't need them, because as soon as your newsletter is attached to Google Search Console, you can get a ton of useful information. You can index your pages, do tons of things in the back end there. So again, if you want more help with this kind of thing, then just send us an email or reach out to us in the community. So as you can see here, it's all about helping you with growth and understanding your content. 80 subscriber. It's got loads of filtering options, which is true, and you can export everything. But as I said, if you are a newsletter operator on your own and you are starting and you have a small list, definitely under 1,000, I don't think this is something that you need to buy. I would definitely recommend getting yourself on to Google Search Console. It's completely free, and yeah, that's what I would do. So we're nearly at the end of this. As you can see, my internet is playing up and I seem to be losing connection. So I think this is a good time to wrap everything up. Remember the giveaway, it's down in the description. We do have a segmentation to go through, if this is going to let me scroll down, surveys and a couple of other bits I'm going to mention as well. So if you do want to catch those, then we'll do that in the next live, and I'll show you some of the content that we have created for this as well. I'll get that up into the newsletter and I'll show you exactly what is available in the giveaway. You've got 3 days left if you want to claim that, so make sure you are getting onto that giveaway if you want to. And yeah.